What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Game On Improve Your Health podcast. Today's episode journey is being guided by none other than your host, Austin J, or hallucinodream, if you know him from the gaming community. And today's topic is a follow-up and question and answer on last week's episode, which was on positivity. Thank you for tuning in and listening, and enjoy this episode. That little pop at the end made that introduction. What's up, everybody? Thank you for those who are returning. Thank you for those who may be just tuning in for the first time in this podcast. Today we're talking about positivity again. If you haven't yet, go ahead and listen to last week's episode. Cover positivity, positive mindset, some things that can be done, the benefits of it. I apologize if you hear the incredibly loud vehicles that are on the road right next to us. I'm just using this episode as a refresher. There's a couple things that I wanted to add as well. I would answer any questions that came in, but none did come in for this episode, so that's okay. If anybody has any questions, there is a 5th week fun episode, I believe at the end of November. End of November. So we can answer any extra questions that have come in then. Having a positive mindset will help, keep your mood up, right? But will help you advance in various aspects of life in general. If you think, how the mind works is if you think you can't do something, if you think you cannot do something, you're more than likely not going to be able to do it efficiently or the best that you can. If you think you can do something and you keep that positive mindset, you are going to do a little bit better at that activity. You will be able to succeed, right? That's simply put, in very, very simple terms, that's how the mind works. And there are studies, lots of studies that are being done to prove this aspect of mindset, right? What are a couple of things you can do to help create a positive mindset overall? I'm not sure that I went over these exact ways or tricks or tips last episode, so I wanted to add them here. One thing that I'm positive that I did not, no pun intended, that I did not add in last week's episode is practicing gratitude with a gratitude journal. Writing down what you're grateful for. First thing in the morning, when you wake up, let's say first thing you do is make some coffee. Write down something that you're grateful for. Work your way up, do that every single day. Work your way up to 2 things, then do 3 things over the span of however many months, right? So I would start and write down one thing that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for the health of my family. I am. That's something I'm grateful for. And you'll be able to find something, for the most part, something that you're grateful for. And that's, especially when you first wake up, now you are setting yourself up for a positive mindset the rest of the day, because now you're instantly jumping right into positivity. Gratitude is being researched and is studied, and it really does help overall mood. It is a new method being taught for health and wellness, longevity, because what it does is helps to keep your cortisol levels down, your stress levels down, which I have an episode out on cortisol stress. You can go back and listen to that and the negative effects that causes. But it helps you to kickstart the day basically with a positive outlook. We're gonna piggyback off of that. Do not watch the news. Just don't even watch the news. If you want to know something specific about what's going on, or somebody says something to you about what's going on, Google that. But the media, or Google it, look it up, ask somebody. The media generally, news, whatever it may be, generally plays off of almost every single negative thing that can happen. There are also studies that prove that watching the news, and I will tell you, I don't feel very much stress during the day because I don't watch the news, because everything you see on the news is this person got hurt, this person got injured, this person got killed, this is happening in the world, there's very, very, very few positive news, what are they called? Articles? I don't even know what they're called. Very few of those are run during the news. I mean, I can count on one hand during the week how many times they probably play a positive, what is it called? I'm drawing a blank. Article through the news, or segment, whatever it may be. And if you're one of those people who watches the news right off the bat, just try it out. You don't even have to believe me right off the bat. Try it out. Stop watching it for a week. Stop watching the news for the week. Don't do it in the morning, and exchange that for just writing down one thing you're grateful for. And I guarantee you will notice that you are less stressed to start out the day, because that does is just raises your cortisol, whether you feel it or not. On a chemical level in your body, it is negatively affecting your health just listening to bad news and hearing it, and it also could help, or also could promote just a bad mood, overall bad mood for the day. Let's say you hear something very devastating and you're just dwelling on that, which we'll get to. Don't dwell on. Try not to dwell on too many different things. Let's say you're dwelling on it throughout the day, and you just keep backtracking and thinking about that negative event that happened that you saw in the news first thing when you woke up. You're continuously spiking those cortisol hormones to be released because you are stressed. You're continuously getting stressed. It causes inflammation. A lot of different things going on there that we do not want. We want to avoid. So just even try that out. Try for a week. Try for 2 weeks, and see how you feel. Right? Those are two things. Oh yeah, and those are two things I wanted to add. But now that I said something about dwelling, try not to dwell on different things. Try to, if you're not one of those people who forgives very easily, try to work on that. I mean, it doesn't have to be every single situation. It doesn't have to be stuff. I'm talking, this is all situational, but I have practiced basically not holding any grudges and being pretty forgiving myself, and I feel that it's very much benefited me in not just overall mood, but health, right? Just taking that aspect. And now obviously there are situations where you just, things change. You can't forgive somebody or something or whatever it is instantly. Well, that's okay. But try not to dwell on things too long. An example is in traffic. Somebody cuts you off, right? Somebody cuts you off in traffic, they speed away. Your instant thought is, wow, that person's an a-hole. They are. And now you're getting stressed because that person cut you off, maybe scared you a little bit. Valid thing to do, right? But let's think about that a little bit further. That person, you don't know who's in the car, what that person may be thinking, what may have gone on that person is speeding and potentially cutting people off. Maybe they found out somebody in their family was rushed to the hospital, right? And that's why they're speeding, and that's why they cut you off. Maybe they didn't really intend to cut you off. That's not how they usually drive. It was one of those things. I can't say that I haven't cut people off. Generally not on purpose, but I can't say I haven't cut people off on accident because I was, in a hurry to get somewhere. And I know that I've done that in the past. I try not to, obviously. And I know that I have done that. So you got to think a little bit into it. If you change that aspect of, and I will say I've gotten angry at people. I've almost gotten hit so many times recently, and I'm starting to catch myself when our daughter's in the car. It gets me even a little more stressed out and irritated, and I'm catching myself. I'm trying to not hold the irritation because she can see that, right? And also it's not good because she's able to see that, so she's going to get stressed. But it's not good for me to get stressed, right? So try to think positively or just in a different direction. It doesn't even have to be positive. Maybe that person had something serious going on that, because you don't know. Maybe they had somebody in the car that you didn't know that was, you know, just about to give birth, right? Maybe they're rushing to the hospital. You just don't know what is going on, right? There's a couple of simple tricks, and try not to dwell on it, especially in regards to traffic. That's a very little kind of example there, but traffic, especially in regards to the way people drive nowadays, kind of a very prominent one that happens very often, I feel like, because people need to get from point A to point B fairly often, so the chances of you running into somebody cutting you off probably increases as the day progresses, the more you drive. So trying to change the way you're looking at a situation to reduce the negative aspect of it is going to help keep that positive mindset overall, help with your mood, your overall mood, and the benefits that come with it, which include overall health and wellness, longevity, keeping your hormones balanced and everything of the sort. So I just wanted to go over those two tidbit of tips and tricks. Those are things that I do and things that I work on. And if anybody has any questions, if anybody has any tips themselves, I would love to add those to one of the Fun Week episodes. If anybody has any questions, by all means, feel free to ask. I would love to answer those as well. And going to end this episode here. I'm not going to drag this out too much. So thank you for those who have returned to listen to this episode. Thank you for those who may be first time tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, all the links are on the left. You can follow us, give us a like, comment, let us know what you think. If you're listening on the podcast platform as well as on YouTube, all the links are in the description. And I hope to see everybody in next week's episode. Thank you.